Really there what this means to the Thai people, and by the way they sang that national anthem, isn't it so strong? And you're right, the hairs on the back of my neck are standing up as well.
Quickly looking through the Thai team, and you didn't have a chance to say Sarayut wasn't playing. The number 9 though, their top scorer, being dropped for this second leg.
Because he's missed so many chances, so it's not really a surprise. I think they're going out with a lot more pace up front. They know that Idi's playing at the back, and that's what they're going to try and exploit today.
As for Singapore, Itimi Dixon gets a place in the starting lineup. Is that a bit of a surprise for you?
To be honest, yes. I really do think it is a surprise. I think that just sums up there that they are going to go with a little bit of a 5 across midfield. Dixon will be on the left-hand side there, and he'll be dropping back. But also Sharlishak, he'll be the man as well that just drops in to make that extra body in midfield and make it very, very difficult for Thailand.
For the Thais, they look like they've got a pretty aggressive lineup, but that was Kiatasuk looking very glum on the bench there. But the Thais look like they've got a pretty aggressive lineup. Suti and Shutau, the two wide players, Paul, they're likely to push up in support of Pipa. Do you reckon that's their tactic?
Yes, I think that they're going to go all out, but they do need to be patient because Singapore can weather a storm. We've seen that before, and we know that they can strike back because they have been down in this competition and come back and got results as well. So it's important that that man there gets his tactics right today and decides to do the right thing.
The man in the middle is from Indonesia, Jimmy Napitupulu. An awful lot of pressure on that fella after what happened in the week, Paul.
Definitely. He's probably got to be the biggest player on the park today. There is so much responsibility on this man's shoulders that it's untrue. And let's just hope that we're singing Nice One Jimmy at the end of the game, because I tell you what, he is crucial. And if he's a proper referee, he'll have spoken to the two captains before the game and said, look, no nonsense. I'm going to stamp my authority in the first 5 minutes of this game. Don't mess around with me, or I will not be afraid to show yellow and red cards. And that will show then how strong this referee is.
The officiating team completed by another Indonesian, Muhammad Yunus Suedi, and from Cambodia, Kung Lee, who is the top official up in that part of the world. Now, Lionel Lewis, he's done his reputation a little bit of damage in recent weeks, but it's Thailand in the red shirts who kick off, kicking left to right. They get us underway to a surging cheer. Singapore retain possession. Shijayi into the corner for Noor Alam Shah to chase. And Noor Alam Shah wins a corner very cleverly off Natapong. And a nice little piece of interplay in the midfield area by Paul to give Singapore early touch to the ball and a little bit of confidence.
They've just got to try and quiet the crowd down. We saw Thailand do it over in Vietnam, where they kept the ball, they kept possession, they frustrated the Vietnamese. That's exactly what Singapore have to do today.
Timmy Dixon and Ridwan, scorer against Malaysia in the semi-final. Working the short corner. Dixon's cross is wasted.
Absolutely.
By Suti Sukhomsit.
Yeah, but absolutely. Why not just put the ball in the box? You brought all your big guns forwards, and now all of a sudden you've got a throw in, and it's a foul throw at that, which is something that you shouldn't see in international football. Foot on the field by the looks of it. Basic errors straight away.
Datacom, heavily policed in the first game, gets his first foul of this second one. Sharlishak with a smile. I think he knows that Datacom will get a fair amount of protection at this stadium. Good touch from Pipa.
He's got to have a big game today, Precious. I thought he was excellent in the first leg, to be fair, at Kalang. But it's going to be very, very important for him today with the pace that he's coming up against.
Suti's done well. Precious gets in there. Suchao, who's predominantly been used down the right-hand side, this time linking up. Suchao is a striker for his club football. He's played on the right side all the way through this tournament. It looks like he's getting a chance up front.
Well, nothing to lose. They've got to score a goal, but Chevy Singh alluded to it earlier on. It doesn't have to be in the first minute, it doesn't have to be in the first half. As long as they score within the 90 minutes, that's all that matters for the Thais today.
I think Noor Alam Shah will be chasing an awful lot of those long footballs.
Hasn't he done well?
He's done brilliantly.
That is exactly the boost and the lift that if you're playing behind him and he's your striker and he does that in the first 5 minutes, that you want to see. That commitment from Noor Alam Shah to chase every ball that goes forward.
Raman wins the header. PJ Roberts on side for us was suggesting Thailand would go 4-3-3, and the early suggestions are that he's got it spot on.
I think the natural shape of the team is that way inclined, but they do pull players back to create that four in the middle of the park to make it a lot more difficult.
Interesting little interplay there. Datsukon offering his hand, and Mustafik says, you get lots and you look after yourself, we'll look after ourselves.
That's the key battle in today's game for me. Mustafik has to be strong with Datsukon. I mean, Datsukon's come in there and wielded the arm, but not massively intentional.
There's a late challenge after the ball there. And Singapore's tactics worked in the first leg. Shijayi. But good play back from Suti. His touch isn't that good second time, but he's won it. Pitchapong. Datsukon in space. Quickly closed down, but he rifles one of those balls into the corner, and the excellent Daniel Bennett, I say excellent on the evidence of this tournament so far. 2 balls. Good atmosphere, good noise in the Super Jelasai. You played there, Paul?
No, I've been there quite a few times though, and I've seen it when it's full, and I'll tell you something, it's quite amazing to see.
Timmy Dixon working hard defensively. And no Alam Shah backs into Niwiat, but doesn't get anything.
Would that have been similar to the penalty incident that was in the first leg, Des?
Now. Jetsada. Matapong down the line. Suti chasing Raman, tumbles theatrically. I think he's won the free kick, and noticeable that the handshakes are quickly offered all round. The players doing their part for international relations.
A little bit of a nudge, not too much there from Suti. He'll be disappointed with that, but that's the reason why Raman's in there, because he's got pace, and you saw there, he's upper body strength, he's a big lad, he's a strong lad, he knows how to use the ball as well. He can keep the ball, bring others into play and not give it away, and the fullbacks in today's game for Singapore are vital. They're going to see quite a bit of the ball today. This man's important as well, to double team and come back and help support Raman.
Niwiat. It was his indiscretion, allegedly, that caused the penalty and the furore in the first leg. I used allegedly, Paul. Don't look at me like that.
I didn't say anything.
Matapong down the line, but that's waste of possession, and Pitchapong, who's been brought into the midfield area in place of the suspended Nirut.
Good touch.
Lovely touch. Shijayi lifts it in. The target was Shaolishak. Shijayi dispossessed. Raman down the line, looking for Ridwan to chase. Matapong just buries it out, and 6.5 minutes gone. A decent start by Singapore. Nothing's been created against them. They'll be happy with that, but the crowd would have expected a brighter start from Thailand, Paul.
Yeah, I think they would, but again, we all talked about patience, and that's something that needs to be in this game for Thailand. If it's not going their way, they've got to just try and hang on. Singapore, we did think that they would have a go. We didn't think for 1 minute that they would all sit back and say, go on then, you have the ball and come and batter us for 90 minutes. They've got to have a go. There's still a long time left in this game there, so pretty even Stevens at the moment, but Singapore definitely just shading it with the quality going forwards.
Bennett's clearance picked up by Suti. Strong challenge from Shaolishak. Datsukon looking to take the free kick quickly. Hattapon. Surrey. Hattapon. Neat little play. Put in, and Lionel Lewis comes out and takes a claim. His first touch of the ball is a confident one, and that'll help his nerves.
You're not wrong there. You're not wrong there. I think he's been to blame for 1 or 2 goals that have been scored against Singapore in this tournament so far. So a big game expected from him.
Shijayi. Oh, the foul against Damtakon. The flag was late. I think it was the assistant referee who gave that one.
Must be honest, I think he went to ground a little bit theatrically there. There you can see, look, and a couple of rolls. I don't think there was anything in that. I think Damtakon's a little bit unlucky there.
Thailand, 3-time ASEAN champions. Singapore, 2-time ASEAN champions. Shijayi drives it in, that's a miss. Oh. No, Alan Shaw is broken to Cheryl Ishak, who is offside. Offside given against Cheryl Ishak. The Cambodian official has made the decision, and this is the replay that'll tell us if it's a good one.
That's a huge decision. Not offside there. He's still not offside because he's behind Noor Alam Shah. He's still behind him. That is a poor decision there from the officials. Incorrectly disallowed in my eyes. So already 9 minutes gone and we've got controversy in this game as well.
Well, it's a tie that continues to amaze. It's certainly quiet in the crowd.
That's what I said they've got to do. You can hear the pin drop. It was the same in Vietnam, remember?
Certainly do. Cheryl Ishak still can't quite believe it. He'll know that he was onside. He'll know he was behind Noor Alam Shah. Cheryl Ishak winning the header but conceding the throw-in. Dan Bennett, strong player for Singapore. A good throw-in as well. Timmy Dixon leaving his foot in, but Singapore picking up the pieces through Shijayi. And this is Noor Rahman. Oh, Noor Alam Shah's done brilliantly. He's forced a corner out of absolutely nothing. Great running by the centre forward.
I'd say he's just going to be like Forrest Gump today. He's going to have to run and close everything down. He's got a thankless job today because there'll be balls launched up and they'll expect him to go and close down. So for me, he's in a no-win situation today. Is he going to run his socks?
Being wrong. Kitisak, who didn't look the most authoritative in the first game. He's been given the free kick, but he held on to it, Paul, so both goalkeepers had an early touch.
And a good early touch, let's be fair about that. I do think he should have come for that ball that dropped in behind him, or in behind his defenders just then when the disallowed goal was given. But no, confidence building there. Came a long way, was positive, got it. It's always important if you're playing behind that.
Mohamed Ridwan pressing hard on Natapong. Jetsada noticeably pressed hard, and Thailand having to work hard to get the ball anywhere. So Chow. Pitchipong. Good movement though. At the pawn. But too many blue shirts there. Dan Bennett is normally a bit more reliable than that. Full house. Enjoying the early play from Thailand. And it comes off Suri Suka, and it's a goal kick for Singapore. 12 minutes gone. And the lines have been drawn. Thailand are going to have a real go. Singapore are going to do their damnedest to stop them.
And they're going to have a real go as well. They've had a perfectly legitimate goal disallowed. Because why? Because they haven't sat back and invited Thailand onto them. They've had a go. So fair play. Fair play. I think the longer this game goes on, the happier Radi Abramovich will be. There's no doubts about that. They did something that I haven't seen them do for a very, very long time, and that was actually shut a game and see a game out when they played against Indonesia I thought the last 10 minutes they were brilliant.
Shot from distance, straight down the throat of Lionel Lewis. Pitchipong can't hit them. But a goalkeeper like Lionel Lewis would not expect to be beaten from that kind of distance.
Well, we said that, but we did see the one that scuffled in over his chest in one of the earlier rounds.
Only Malaysia.
Yeah.
Not a big game, was it?
No. These things do happen, so it's time to make amends.
That's a goal with a gem of a pass just in front of Suchal, and Noraman gives away loose possession, covered by Heidi Iskander for Pitchipong, who's been lively. Precious puts a long left leg out and wins possession, and Xiao Lishak, whose disallowed goal is the main talking point. Pitchipong and Mustafik both went in studs up, and I think Mustafik Faroudin's going to be penalised with a yellow card for that.
Tough decision. Tough decision. The ball was there to be won by both players. No doubts about that. Mustafik might have been a little bit overzealous. You just see here, look. Okay, yep. Pitchipong did just get to the ball first, so okay. I still think that was maybe a touch overzealous.
Caught him, no ball.
He did catch him. That's why I said, yeah, okay, I can accept it.
Ridwan pulled down by Datsukon. No Raman. Precious Mujarai. Books for Itimi Dixon. Fellow Singaporean both. Articles in the Thai press about this being Temasek United. Shijai, Ridwan.
It's increased the standard and the quality of football in Singapore. There's no doubts about that. Fair play to the FAS for bringing in this initiative. They're not the only country in the world that does it.
It's an argument that can run and run and run. But Singapore have made their way known, and now they're trying to make advances in an attacking way. No Alam Shaw, that's a super run, and in the end an excellent tackle from Natapong.
I'd like to see that one again, because you don't see Nolan Shah get up and react like that unless he felt he was caught.
And here we are, the centre back getting forward. That's a call into Pitchipong, and Mustafik getting frustrated with referee Jimmy Nape Tupulu, as is Shijai.
Unsung hero, I think, for Singapore throughout this tournament. His work rate has been excellent, his commitment. He did just catch him there. I think it was totally accidental when he went to close him down, but it was just enough for the referee to blow the whistle and give away. I'll give the free kick in favour of Thailand. We do know there's a couple of boys from here who can hit them, particularly Datsukon. Scored against Vietnam.
A very similar position. Lionel Lewis on his guard. And has to be on his guard. That's a good save to his right, so Chow. The pressure's still on. Natapong guided in, Shijai clears it, Mat Noraman only finds Noor Alam Shah, and a super effort and a decent save, punched into a good position from Lionel Lewis.
I think the cameras were out there, you can see it's hit his, well, the wrist, near enough the wrist of his hand, so right at the top there, so I think he could have caught that. I think he should have done. But again, goalkeepers now, with the way that the ball moves and the pace that it is, they have the option to clear. He did clear it well, to be fair, pushed it well wide, which meant that Singapore could get the shape back.
Datsukon, his free kick, just guiding it in. That's loose possession by Hattapon, and Mustafik picks it up for Singapore. Good closing down from Datsukon. Mat Noraman. sometimes tries to play a little bit too much football, and that's a cut, puts his studs on. And he's got a yellow card, and that'll be for persistent foul play.
It wasn't, it was for kicking Matt Naraman in the head after the whistle was blown. If you have a look at it again, Des, he follows in there with a knee to the head, and that's why Matt Naraman just laughs on the floor. Have a look here now, that's a corn puff. There you go, knee to the side of the head, and Naraman just laughs. And that's the sign of a class player, because he'll wait his chance.
Keep an eye on that one. It's building up.
Something's going to break, honestly. Something is going to happen that is going to turn this game into an absolute raging inferno.
A late challenge on the back of Adi Iskander as well. And all the little handshakes that we had in the first 12 or 13 minutes. So Chow. Oh, strong play from Precious. I read in the paper he does 250 press-ups every morning.
That's why he's got a chest the size he has. Look at him. He's a man mountain, isn't he? He's huge. He needs a big game at Singapore today, because I don't think he's been brilliant throughout this tournament. But to be fair to the lad, in the final last week at Kallang, he was magnificent.
Naraman intercepted by Jetsada. And the scene of the fans all decked out in yellow, King's colours. It's a fantastic sight, wonderful spectacle. And they're ready to cheer anything, even a routine catch from the goalkeeper.
But isn't it quiet again?
It's gone quiet.
We've seen it now, Singapore quietening the crowd, 20 minutes. It's exactly what they had to do. And don't forget, the more it goes on, the more the ties are likely to turn and become frustrated, and that's the fans as well, and that will rub off on the pitch to the players, because they haven't got a breakthrough, because they haven't forced an issue. They'll start to get frustrated and they'll leave their footing in a challenge, and it could turn a little bit nasty.
Jetsada, Ichipong, possession the name of the game at the moment for the red-shirted Thais. These two teams met in the King's Cup final before the ASEAN final, and Thailand won that game 2-0. But it was a spark of Kiatisuk that was needed for victory on that occasion. There's no Kiatisuk today.
But there is, he's on the bench, and it wouldn't surprise me, he may not even be fit at all, just for an inspirational thing to throw him on for the last 10 minutes. Because I think it would give all the players as well as the fans such a huge boost, particularly if it's 0-0. I think we might see that. I was talking to Raddy the other day before the first leg, and he was going on about how important that this game was. He knew that it was going to come down to this.
Mustafiq just blocks off Pipat, but no foul given.
He talked about how to close down Thailand's right side and Datsakorn as well, and I think we've seen that in the first leg, and we're seeing it again today. He's talking about pushing and how to squeeze them to try and force the issue onto Thailand, and that's why I say I think Raddy's got his tactics 100% spot on in that first leg, and so far here I think he's got them spot on again.
Chipong, Atimi Dixon working back. Bennett for once misses out, and Dixon does some good defensive work again. His thrilling run in the final against Indonesia 2 years ago set up the second goal. Since then he's had a rather checkered career in Singapore. Suchao. Natapong tries to go around the outside of Matt Naraman and succeeds. Brings it back. What a tackle for a second shot. Wonderful save. Pipat denied by Lewis. That's a big moment in this game.
Well, we said that he needed to be big, Des, and he was there, wasn't he?
Second chance, Lewis out quickly to deny Sutty. But Pipat's got a real sighter on goal there. He's the man in the middle. Matt Rahman shouldn't be beaten like that, Paul.
No, he should have dealt with the ball. He's tried to be a little bit too clever and turn it back inside, and then it's a miss kick, and Pipat just comes onto it, does the right thing, hits a target, makes Lionel Lewis work. But we said how important that he was going to be today for Singapore, and that he owed his country one. Living up to it already. Big save, that, in a crucial moment of the game.
Pipat Tongkanya scored in the first leg in Singapore. Brought the score back to 1-all. Singapore have been given this throw-in. So midway through the first half, and well, we've had a disallowed goal for Singapore for Charles Ishak that replays suggest should have been allowed, and then we've had that excellent save from Lionel Lewis to deny Pipat.
I don't think he suggested it, Des. He was definitely onside. There's no doubts about that. But that was a huge save. Just when Thailand, against Singapore, I think, was starting to force an issue again. We're keeping the ball very well. Thailand have just picked the pace up again over the last couple of minutes. That's why I say it was such a critical stage of the game, because the Thais were looking to try and come back into it.
Nuia raises the pace. Natabong, who surged down the left-hand side, created the chance. That's a cone for once. His control lets him down. Sutty versus Precious, and if he can run at him, he'll fancy that. Clearance, Precious, and Mujarai eventually hacks it clear with his left foot, and I think you saw there, that's not his favourite foot. Lovely twist from Datsakor. Charlie Shaq says he didn't touch him, Webb, didn't touch him. This is the moment.
Total miss kick there, wasn't it? But look at this strike. Bang, really good strike, but that's instinctive save there from Lionel Lewis. Going down to his right, but again, opting to push and push it away well.
Adi finds Noor Alam Shah, who's, well, that's a corner, is it? Gone down again, claiming one or two elbows, and Noor Alam Shah is livid.
Well, he is, and he was asking the referee to show the yellow card there, and the pair of them are still at it now in front of the referee.
Shujayi on Pitchipong, Suchao, who's been all over the place.
No wonder tensions and passions are running high. I mean, this is the top quality tournament of the region, and it's the major tournament of the region. There is a lot at stake here, Des. There's no doubts about that. It's going to get worse.
Better.
Well, yeah, I'm on about the way that the game's going to be played. There will be a few more tackles flying in, particularly the second half if it stays like this. That's why the man in the middle is one of the most important people in today's game.
Well, Alam Shah and the man on the floor, I think, has had the pawn, and he just took a tumble over the top of Noor Alam Shah.
Should have been a free kick. We've seen things like that before, where the defender comes right over the top. Singapore trying to do the right thing and give it back, and Datsakor wasn't 100% convinced that that was going to happen. The referee stopped it immediately. Thought that he might really have been injured on the floor. Simmering, I think simmering's the word to use.
Adi Iskander, Mustafik. That's a corn, can't get up to find Sutty. Sutty shoots, but it's wide. He had Suchao going left, Pipat in the middle. He took the shot on himself.
And look how annoyed he is with himself. He knows he's got to hit the target there. He's just created that yard for himself. Just snatches at it. See his reaction straight away. Head in his hands.
Timmy Dixon gets away from a scything challenge from Suka. No, Alam Shah and Suka having a little bit of off the ball, and Suka goes in with the studs raised. I think this is one of those games, Paul, where you might need 4 or 5 referees out on the pitch.
There is an underlying tone that we're starting to see here now. And you have a look at how many people leave their footing in a challenge, how many people go over the top, and just watch. Don't just watch the ball, just watch the players off the ball and watch their reactions. Because I've already spotted 3 or 4 little niggly things that are going on, and like you've just said, I think something's just waiting to happen in this game.
At the moment it's goalless.
It's great. It is. It's been a good game of football, both sides. Singapore not sitting back and really having a go. The Thais knowing they've got to score. It's been a good open game of football. But with that little undertone underneath, if you understand where I'm coming from.
Can sense it. Mustafik doesn't get involved. Matt Noraman. Ridwan carrying that rather natty head bandage. Suchau, who's had stitches in a head wound as well. Good strong challenge from Ridwan. Disappointing cross from Natapong. Pipat. He's grown into this tournament, Pipat. Didn't get much action in the group stages. Still managed to score against the Philippines. But has become increasingly important in the semi-finals and now, of course, in the final. There is Pipat. Precious Mujirai puts a big size 11 boot through it. Head tennis, the prerequisite skill at the moment. Suri calms it down. Natapong. Strong header, foul given against Matt Noraman. And you can see Mustafik is not impressed. But Mustafik likes the hard physical game. He likes that kind of contest.
Well, that's his job, to just sit in there and break things up and put his foot in. It can be sometimes frustrating when it goes against you. It's a great strike.
That's a corner. That is a foul by Matt Noraman. That might be yellow.
Got to be a yellow card. He's just moved it. There you can see the right leg coming through afterwards just to make sure.
And it's Suchau.
That's the experience that Matt Noraman has now. He knew he was isolated, and if he'd have got beaten there, Singapore were in trouble.
Could still be in trouble. Back to Court's free kick. Driven to the far post and probably just a metre or so too high for Suri Suka.
That's not a bad ball if you're coming in at the angle to attack that. I think Surrey was a little bit unlucky. His run was a little bit flat there. If he was at more of an angle to be able to attack that, he could have headed it well back. As it was, because his run was flat, he was jumping straight up. Couldn't get enough on it to get it back across goal.
Thailand 0, Singapore 0. Singapore leading 2-1 on aggregate. A reminder, there is no away goals rule in this tournament. So if Thailand score and win the game 1-0, we will go to extra time. Ridwan gets his head in the way. And if it's still only 1 goal in it after 90 minutes and extra time, we've got the fun of a penalty shoot.
Fun for us, but I don't think it'll be fun for the 22 on the pitch at that time. It's questionable. Whole ball across the line. He's impressed me in this tournament. Suri, he's looked ever so good with Suchau going down the right hand side.
Mustafik break. Goes route one, no Alam Shah chases, makes life difficult for Jensada. And referee making it clear that no Alam Shah was making no real attempt to get to the ball there.
He just looked at the man and just ran into him, that's why. Good decision from the official. Mullah Shah trying to plead his case, but to no avail.
Pipat. Sorry, that's a goal. Well, he can hit them, but to hit one from there would be something special. Little taste of the atmosphere in the Super Chalasai Stadium.
To be honest, he's disappointed me in the last couple of games, because in the first game against Vietnam, he was the boss. He ran the show and was fantastic, absolutely brilliant. And since then, we haven't seen him. Now, I think that the teams have got to grips with him and said, right, this is the man that makes them tick. But then normally somebody else steps up to the plate and delivers the goods. Kyatsuk's out injured. I think that's a big problem for them as well now. They haven't got that person to dictate the pace of the game.
Lewis very aware of the 6 seconds law there. Rather hurries his clearance. If he does have a failing, it's his distribution, Lionel Lewis. So Zhao twisting and turning. Matt Noraman, eye firmly focused on the football.
You're going to have to be careful. They want to at least see it through to half time and be able to sit down and have a breather.
Corns worked terrifically hard. Aptaporn inside to Surrey. Jensada, elegant. Tries to slide it into Pipat. Noyat's control isn't good, and Shaul Ishak can break. Not Alam Shah for Shaul Ishak. Kitisap aware of his penalty area line.
It was about 2 yards off being a wonderful ball, that was. Just overplayed from Shaul Ishak, but you can see there he's dropping in to make that 5 in the middle of the park, but then just when he gets that little bit of space, he's got the quality to be able to put the ball where it needs to go for Nur Alam Shah's run.
Aptaporn into the corner, Pipat. Aptaporn, Aptaporn. Aptaporn, nice little shimmy. Precious, good enough pressure on Sutty, and Dan Bennett steps in.
They're playing into Singapore's hands because they're trying to go straight through the middle, and that's where the strength is. They've got good width, they've got good players in Suchao and Sutty who can get at players and get crosses in and cause problems. You saw there again, it's all pretty, it's all in front, but that's comfortable for Singapore. Very, very comfortable.
Aptaporn lifts it up, forward. Oh, that's a sensational spike from Pipat, and that is a quality goal. That's a goal's chip. Pipat's glorious finish.
That's a great goal, and that's all been made by one person. It's all down to Datsakorn. He manages to find himself with a little bit of free time and a little bit of space, but what a ball here. Look at the numbers there back for Singapore. Adi Iskander just turns his back, doesn't know where Pipat is there. But what a touch and what a finish. But how about that from Datsakorn? Go on, son, fill your boots, there you go. But what a touch and what a finish.
Well, we saw the fans outside the stadium celebrating. Then we saw the fans inside. And 37 minutes gone. And Thailand are back on level terms in this ASEAN final with a goal of real quality, and Bennett chasing Suchao. Bennett's caught Suchao and got away with it. Well, I know it's a full-on hope, but we saw images around the world of the walkout. I wonder if we'll see images around the world of a quality strike like that from Pipat.
Great goal. Wonderful goal, just a touch. You see here, look at this. Iskandar just gets sucked to the ball there. Precious is caught out of position. He's the man at fault for me. But you have a look at that little ball there from Datsukon. Never mind the finish. You look at the quality on that ball through to Pippa. Not taking anything away from that strike either. The header back over Iskandar and the strike was amazing. But I tell you something, massive, massive game on now.
Jetsada. Chapon looks to guide it over, but this time Precious is there, and it's Timmy Dixon's caught in possession by Pichipong. Block from Daniel Bennett. Ball in play. And Dixon doesn't deal with that effectively. So Joe had to pull, and the foot was left in by Itimi Dixon. He's claiming the dive, and fair play. Had to pull, doesn't complain too much.
No, that's because he dived about 5 yards forwards. You have a look at this look. Didn't really touch him, was going nowhere. Dixon tried to pull his foot out of the way. Oh, Singapore will be devastated that that goal went in, but what a boost for the Thais. Now, will that goal at the very beginning from Sharalisha come back to haunt Singapore?
Dixon in the back was Surrey leading with the arm, and two of them taking out Nor Alam Shah. Fourth player to go into the referee's notebook.
That was for the diving earlier on, Des. That was when he went through the gap and went down. So at least the referee being consistent, which is just what the players want. They just want consistency. Now you hear the crowd, now you hear the fans. This is where it really helps.
Shizai, towering header from Luriat. Mustafiq caught in possession by Pichipong.
He had no options.
But he's worked back to this possessed City. And Iskandar caught in possession. Datsukon, 1-on-1 with a chip.
He's got something about him, he has, hasn't he, Datsukon? I'll tell you what, he's done ever so well there. Singapore guilty, not once but twice, of trying to be too clever. First it's Mustafiq, then it's Captain Iskandar. But how about this? Try the audacious. Lionel Lewis 8 yards off his line and he's tried it.
And they love it. And in the pre-match show, we were hearing how the Thais, they're not wanting just 1-0 here, they're looking for a show. Datsukon, I think, is the leader.
Well, we said he hadn't stepped up so far since that first leg against Vietnam. Hasn't really shown anything in this game apart from the last 10 minutes where he's become the main man. That wonderful ball forwards for the goal, and that audacious little chip there. That happens anywhere else in the world, you're drooling.
Mustafiq wins possession. But somehow that's gone against Ridwan. At the ball, being brought in for a little bit of steel to release Datsukon to perform his tricks. Wasn't that incident?
Two teammates now applying their trade at Tampines next year. Sutty, who's moved there from Home United. Going a long way round for the easy pass to Jetsada. Shizai, Ridwan. First touch not the best. Natapong in quickly and keeps the ball in play. You had a 2-on-1 just for a moment. His pass was a bit loose. And Dixon.
to Pong. That's a corner. Even a bad pass looks stylish.
That won't be what his teammates will be saying to him, that you can be sure.
No Rahman's ball in, and no Alan Shah can chase that. Kittisak looked like he left a little bit of a leg in there.
Well, because the pitch is spongy and because you can see it's checking up a little bit bobbly as well, he's got every right to go and put a challenge in there. He did run out of the way at the end, so fair play to him there for not going and clattering the keeper. But like we said before, it's a thankless job for him tonight.
Coming up to half-time, Paul, does Riley change his tactics because his team are trailing? One more mistake and they're in trouble.
Yeah, but then the Thais only need to make a mistake and they're back in the lead. So I think both sides will be happy with the way it is. I think Singapore will be very disappointed that that goal was disallowed. But I think we might see them come out in the second half and give a better of account of themselves. Thais have just got to keep going and keep pushing. They're at home.
Little slip from Precious. And Pipat's running and Hatterpom is in space on the left. He's gone right to Suchao instead. Run from Surrey and the deflection drops into the hands of Lionel Lewis. That was dangerous, that break was dangerous.
Well, we do know that the Thais can do that. They can hit you on the counter attack. Great overlapping run there from Surrey. Just a little bit unlucky there, but good closing down, good tracking back from Atimi Dixon.
Pitchipong. ASEAN Championship final, second leg, couldn't be better poised. Jen, Chevy and Paul, who's going to make his way back into the studio, will be poring over the first half action, and there's been plenty of that, Paul.
It's been great. It's been a great cup time. It really has. It's been boiling under the surface. Still think it only needs one little incident and we could have a problem or two in this game with the personnel that are out there on the pitch. The disallowed goal, but Thailand really coming strong in the last 15 minutes.
Flag against Suchao, who's been busy. He's worked left and right.
But he's looking across the line there. I mean, that's basic. And you see he's just half a yard offside. Iskander stepping up right at the last second there. But that's wrong when you're out wide and you look right across the line and you can see where the ball's coming from, you can see where the last defender is. All you have to do is take half a step to whichever way it is to get back outside. He's got the pace to get in there. Once he gets in there, that's when it can cause problems.
Happy group of fans at the Super Chalasai Stadium. Their team are leading. There's 2 minutes to be added on. We're halfway through that time now. Dan Bennett. Shaoli Shak. Mustafik to his right. He's just trying to guide Ridwan through, and there's a danger that Singapore could be caught on the break. Mustafik works back. Adi Iskander intercepts. Suchao finds Pitchipong and Suti. Easy for Precious. Referee, good job.
Done well. I think he's done well. We did mention how important he was going to be before the game. Kept the game flowing, stamped his authority early doors, shown a few yellow cards, and to be fair, I think that this is fair all round. Apart from the goal that he got wrong, I do believe he got the goal wrong, but that was more the linesman.
So at half-time in this ASEAN Championship, it's this goal, this peach of a goal from Pipat that separates the two teams. Worth looking at several times. That's a goal's little dink. Pipat's impressive volley. It means that Thailand lead by 1-0. We are all level on aggregate, 2 each. You've got Chevy Singh, Paul Macefield and Jen to analyse the first half. We'll be back after a very short break. Stay with us.
Twice the anticipation, twice the exhilaration, twice a night.
Every weeknight at 7:30 p.m. live from the world of sports, we bring you the latest breaking news and the top stories.
At 10 p.m. live
From the European continent,
we deliver more in-depth reports and extensive coverage on the hottest sports you care most about. Get the latest buzz twice
With twice the experience.
watch SportsCenter live every weeknight only on ESPN.
Fancy yourself being a kung fu maestro? No time for training at all? Fear no.
In the commentary box alongside me, Kiatasuk, you suggested that he might get 10 minutes or so at the end to boost to boost Thailand, to boost the crowd. Still think that, Paul?
Yeah, I think he will. It wouldn't surprise me if he does come on. I think he'd make an immediate impact. Mind you, the way that the Thais finished that half, they were kept quiet for 25-30 minutes. Singapore did a very, very professional job, but then all of a sudden a little lapse in concentration here or there and they got punished. So Thailand really in the ascendancy there towards the end of that first half. It's going to be interesting to see how quickly and how well Singapore start this second half. It's vital if they want to get something from this game that they do the job right. Thailand, just keep going, and that will have been the words that was used at half time. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Keep going, keep getting at them, be patient. We talked about the patience that they did need, and that's what they're going to have in this second half as well.
Singapore in their all blue strip, get us underway, kicking left to right at a very, very packed Super Chalasai Stadium. One more goal and Thailand will be ASEAN champions for the 4th time. One more goal and Singapore will be champions for the 3rd time. You said at the start, Paul, that you think this could go to extra time, could even go to penalties. You still think that way after the first half?
Yes, I do, because I do think that Singapore will make sure that they won't make the mistake that they did in that first half. They'll be a lot stronger, particularly the first 15-20 minutes of this second half. I think it all depends on how the Thais approach this. I said before the game as well, Des, I think that this is it's a battle of minds, the two coaches, the way that they play the game, the way that they approach it as well. I don't think today is just about the players.
Early free kick to Singapore. Bennett puts it in, and that's not the best defensive header from Surrey, and rescued somewhat by Nuiat, his central defender. Now very often the half-time interval can take the sting out of a game, Paul, and if it has, then Singapore will like that.
Absolutely, they'll just try and slow it down. They'd be happy to see it go through to extra time and penalties, I think. So when you have a look, they had the penalty shootout against Malaysia and 5 scores, 5 goals.
Pressures against Pipat. Is it Pipat? But he's conceded the throw-in. Natafong, who's got forward from fullback as much as possible. Closing down very quickly on pressures is Suti Sukhumsit. Lovely little flick from Pitchipong. Strong challenge. Natsukorn just fizzes it out to Suti. Cross blocked by Noraman. Chow finds Suti, good first touch. Iskander makes the clearance. Mustafik is in there, just the toe poke and clear. And not a single blue shirt in support for Nur Alam Shah. Until Ridwan makes a surging run down the right. That's not the worst cross, but no blue shirts in the middle, Paul.
It's a shame. It's a shame. That was a good move there from Singapore, and in particular Molam Shah had held it up extremely well and waited for support. Good support from Ridwan in the end, but not enough bodies going forwards into the box.
Bennett buys himself a free kick. So Chow, half his size manages to push him over. Sijai, the header comes off the defender and falls simply for Kitisak, but Noor Alam Shah thinks he might have got some better contact on that ball.
I think he might have done as well, and he should have done. I think he was in front of the defender, just tried to flick it rather than glance it. That's why the contact wasn't there.
At the pump. At the bomb down the line, but that's too much for Pittipong. Has got away from Noor Rahman. Mustafik, strong upper body strength, wins that challenge. Noor Rahman, well, he got it past the defender, but I think he was hoping for a throw-in rather than belting it out for a goal kick.
Just launched it forwards there. Again, the man with the thankless task has to go and chase down.
Helps him out. Bennett again goes to ground, claims the foul. Not given, so he's up quickly. Pittipong, a little twist. Timmy Dixon, Bennett, double team. Nuiat. Suka allowed to run, so pokes in. Important, Lionel Lewis didn't let that get away from him. But they allowed him to run a long way, Paul.
Yeah, far too much time and space. And again, Chevy Singh spoke about this at half time. Now Singapore are backing off, not going and closing the ball quickly enough. And that meant that Suri could have a shot. Need to be a little bit quicker out to the ball and put pressure on. Not allow that shot to come in.
Thai coach Chambit looking a lot more serene than he did in the first leg. Timmy Dixon. You said you were surprised at his inclusion at the start, Paul, but why will Radhi have picked him?
Just for a bit of pace, just to try and get up the ties. I think maybe a bit more defensive duties as well. He has trapped back on occasions to add that to his game, and he has added that to his game over the past couple of seasons, to be fair to him.
Charlie Shak penalised. Singapore coach Radhi Abramovich fouling the touchline.
See, it's still not all doom and gloom. As it stands at the moment, the overall tie is 2-2.
Here we are. And a little block, and there's a succession of free kicks going to Thailand, and Mr. Vic better be careful. I don't think there was anything in that, but he's involved many more times. He's already picked up a yellow card.
There wasn't too much in that. That was good play there from Pittipong. Just waited for him to commit himself. Into ground a little bit easy, but again a little bit of contact.
So Chow looks for and finds Sooty on his weaker right foot, tries to get onto his left across. Doesn't find Pipat. When he's in the penalty area, he's got such quick feet, he's a danger.
Absolutely, all he did was move the ball and managed to get his cross in. Again, Thailand really starting to come good here again.
And another foul against Noor Rahman. Pittipong again, the man going to ground.
And he also needs to be careful because he's sitting on a yellow card as well. The arm was up that time. Referee got that one spot on.
Easy meat and drink for Lionel Lewis, who's looked pretty assured, has made one tremendous save, has looked generally safe.
Still didn't take it at his highest point. That's where they are missing the likes of Kiatasuk, who would come in there and bombard Lionel Lewis with a challenge.
Mustafic, give and go with Ridwan, who just can't get enough on the knockback. The intention was good. Shijai. That's not bad cross either. No, Alam Shah. Shalishak for Timmy Dixon. He's got his Shalishak to aim for. Can't pick out either. No, Alam Shah is giving him a bit of a roller kick for not putting it across the 6-yard line.
And quite rightly so. When you're in that position, the only option you have is to dink it to the far post, or you have to drill it to that near post. You don't pull it back like that, because the strikers have already made their runs. They can't run back out, because otherwise you've got strikers going in, out, and no one knows whether they're coming or going.
Encouragement though, for the change. Carol Lamry, who's seen a lot of action, will come on for Timmy Dixon. So 10 minutes into this second half. Now that might mean a change. It might mean Shahrul Ishak dropping in and Carol Lamry giving a bit more offensive firepower to Singapore ball.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me. It's also a chance to say to the boy, you missed an absolute sitter in the 94th minute against Thailand at Kallang, and now go and prove yourself to me again. I think he owes Singapore, he really does, and that's why he's been brought on. It's going to be fresh legs, a new lease of life. He's got great, fantastic skill, great ability, and like we said, I think he's just a little bit more offensive, which is why it should be good for Singapore. The Thais will have to be careful there. We've just seen Singapore swing the pendulum now. The first 5 minutes Thailand, the next 5 Singapore. I tell you, this has been a really good, intriguing game of football.
It's good, and it could go either way.
That's the beauty of this. It really is so evenly poised and balanced. It could just come down to individual errors. One mistake here could destroy a country's dream.
Carol Lamry chasing that one. I can imagine Lord Alan Shah saying, oh, and I chased them all day, you've got to chase that one.
Let me sit in the hole for 5 minutes and have a breather. Get on your bike. You've got the fresh legs.
Strong play from Nuriat.
Had to be. He's a big strong boy as well. You can see there the upper body strength just leaning in quite easily there to Carol Lamry. Just making sure that he can't get to the ball.
The best of clearances. Precious in those one-on-one situations when the ball's in the air. Should be winning them. Little tug back from Surrey and an accidental little stamp on the back as well, I think.
It just drops, there you go. I think he's tried to miss him, because if he'd have wanted to stamp on him he could have done, so I mean, fair play there to Surrey. He has tried to get out of the way.
Precious tries to get a touch. Cleared. Switch out. Back to Bourne beaten in the air, but City succumbs it. Pitchipong. Red shirt streaming forward. One of whom is City, who carried on his run. In on had the ball.
He might get a yellow card here. If the referee's seen that, he's going to get a yellow card. I think he's gone right over the top. There you go. Bang, straight over the top. Stamp on the bridge of the foot.
If Nur Alan Shah hits you in a legitimate challenge, you know about it. If he hits you in a illegal challenge. Gosh, that will hurt.
There you see again, right over the top, straight down the shin pad, right onto the bridge of the foot. Lucky boy. We saw it as well, didn't we, against Malaysia, where, sorry, Indonesia, wasn't it, where the arm was swung and the elbow was thrown. Plays with a passion, this man. He is a good player. He'd have his troubles as a youngster. Was a little bit loose and a little bit off the rails. Managed to be straightened out now. And off the pitch is a genuinely fantastic guy. A real nice guy. But just is so passionate about his football and loves his football so much. It just goes to show that when you cross those white lines, what people will do to win.
Possession gifted back by Singapore. Sporting play. And had to pawn, I think, back on. He will feel that one though. And the full house, all the tickets sold out in a matter of hours in Bangkok. Tremendous interest in the game. A little bit of a follow through on there. And rather like the first half, where we're getting one or two little incidents, but those two know each other from old, they're probably good mates. I don't think there's a malicious bone in either of them.
I think you'd be surprised, Des. I really, really do. There wasn't any intent in that, don't get me wrong. But I tell you what, if it's not going right, they're both two extremely hard boys, I tell you, that do know how to tackle and get stuck in. Make no mistakes about that.
Let their mothers disagree.
And their grandmothers.
Shizai, I thought Singapore were about to be able to break. It's another foul against Noor Alam Shah.
He's got to keep his head now. He really has. He's just gone over the top there. It looks as though he's gone over the top again there. Needs to be careful. Just a quiet word from someone like Heidi Iskander in his ear, just saying, come on son, let's just calm down a little bit and just get back to playing.
An hour gone. Thailand lead by a goal to nil. It stays this way, extra time. Mathapon tries to get round the back. Iskander, but it breaks to Sutty on his wrong foot. Second chance, Hatapon, Heidi Iskander, another challenge. Bennett breaks to Surrey, who fires high and wide.
Panic stations. I think somebody hit the panic button there. Sutty was shooting with his right foot and it was going a mile wide. Precious, all he had to do was let it go. Decided to keep it alive. Ridwan tries to just lay it back up there. It's an awful touch. Again, a lovely little ball in behind the defence. Struggling to deal with it, struggling to clear. Again, Singapore trying to shoot themselves in the foot. Not clearing the ball far enough. No pressure on the ball. Fortunately for them, the shot from Sutty was high and wide.
Fifth yellow card goes to Suchau. Three handed out to Thailand, two to Singapore. It's basically for kicking him. Alam Shah again battling. Pipak, scorer of the only goal of the game, and what a goal it was. On 37 minutes, Suchau runs at Charlisha. Dan Bennett doesn't quite clear properly, had to ball, found Suchau. Surrey well for Pipat. And Iskander had to get that absolutely right. And he did. But they still can't clear it because the pressure is on and Singapore are struggling to clear their lines.
That's all it needs from Singapore, someone to put their foot right through it, get it up the other end of the pitch and say, let's get our shape back and our composure. Great work from Thailand there, putting pressure on the ball and keeping Singapore pinned back.
And then a poor cross from Surrey to rather relieve the pressure.
He's allowed one. Another man who's worked extremely hard today. But again, Thailand there showing that they're really desperate to win this game. 2, 3 red players up there squeezing, putting the pressure on, turning the tables on Singapore.
second. Carol Amri's taken a knock in the face. Up quickly enough. Referee's played up. Ridwan. Decent ball. Oh! Noel Alan Shaw bounces straight into the gloves of Kintisak. Golden opportunity for Noel Alan Shaw.
What a chance, what a touch here from Carol Amri. I thought he brought it down for himself, but Noel Alan Shaw's there. Fantastic defending from Jet Sada, who does just enough to get his body in the way. Just a little bit too far there from Carol Amri, but look at Jet Sada making sure that Noel Alan Shah did not have a clean strike on goal, because if he had done, no mistakes, that would have been 1-1. Shoulder to shoulder, a little bit too excessive. Resulted in yet another yellow card.
That's the 6th of the night, but Sujao has won a corner of Ridwan. Suti prepares to take it. An expected crowd. Pitchapong guides it in. Surrey or Alan Shaw. He does dive in with passion, but if he's caught his man there, that's a yellow card.
But you see there what he's saying to his players. Come on, with a commitment and a passion that they do need. A little bit overzealous there for my liking, Des. You're right, because he only needs to catch someone in the penalty area, and that's a penalty. Linesman over there disallowed the goal in the first half. Put his flag up when Noel Alan Shah went to kick it after the deflection from the Thai player.
And a loose doesn't come in the header. Put wide from Sujao.
Lionel Lewis is having a go at Dan Bennett here, saying he's your man, you should have marked him. But he's caught flapping there. For me, he's just watched that ball. He's got to make a decision. He can jump head and shoulders above everybody else and doesn't. How lucky is Singapore there. What an opportunity for Sujao. There to do was hit the target, was in the back of the net. There was no postman on the far post for Singapore there. Is that the little bit of luck that Singapore need in this game?
Now the pendulum swings towards Thailand.
It's been a fantastic game, a great game.
Suti. Pitchapong out to the always available Natapong. Sujao who's just missed that chance. Batacon goes for the give and go. Ooh. Had to pawn in late on Charlie Ishak. Nothing from the referee. So Nuyat finds Surrey. Suti. Batacon with a peach of a pass. And it's coming down the shot. Second chance, Sujao off the line. Incredible clearance, Sujao. Cannot believe it. Batno Rahman has saved Singapore.
What a ball though. What a ball again from Batacon. You couldn't have put it on a plate any better. Surrey continued his run. That's amazing football from Thailand. Dear oh dear oh dear. Not one but two chances there for them.
Surrey, Sujao goes for the chip. Now Lionel Lewis is 6'4", so that would be some effort, but he's been heavily involved. Look at the clearance ball, talk us through the defending.
Unbelievable, great little pullback there from Surrey. The first one's, it's a bit skarky, I mean it's just straight across the floor, but the second one, Batno Rahman, just gets his body in the way. Absolutely unbelievable stop. I think Lionel Lewis there, he gestured to the bench substitution. I think he could be struggling here. see it from this angle, it's great. Heidi goes down, Surrey continues his run, the pullback. Again, that's an awful shot from Pipak, but look at the bravery there of Matt Rahman.
He's attacked the ball from the goal line. That's what's made the save, yeah?
It is, you've just got to get your body in the way, and that's exactly what he did. That's his job, and he knows it's his job. More accustomed to playing in the middle of the park. Did start his career as a right back, so he knows how to play there. But my oh my, you do have to be brave, and you do have to make decisions. Yes, it's your job, and that's what you're paid for, to stop the ball going in the back of the net. But I'll tell you what, it's still something else doing it when you're out there on the pitch in front of 40-odd thousand people.
Well, while the break in play goes on, the crowd enjoy themselves. It's got very noisy again as Sejau has on 2 occasions gone desperately close to adding to that 1-goal lead the Thailand have.
Is that just a little bit of luck that Singapore are going to have? A little 5-minute spell where it hasn't gone for Thailand. They've absolutely battered and dominated them for 5 minutes, but it just hasn't gone their way. Talk about being guilty of missing opportunities, and does come back to kick you in the teeth when you least expect it. You have to take your chances.
At the ball. Skander takes a risk. Sutty. Challenged by Shijayi. Second shot. Pipat. And Lewis at last takes control. But it's nervy moments if you're a Singapore fan. Nervy moments if you're a Singapore defender.
Well, it is knowing that Lionel isn't 100%, but here's a chance.
2-on-1, Mustafak's touch isn't great. Briggs, not Alan Shaw. Nuyat, belted clear. First touch let Mustafak down.
Yeah, he did. He needed to get that out of his body and forwards and in front of him so he could see everything that was going on. But just shows that there are still gaps on this pitch. Swift counter-attack from Singapore. Could totally bury the ties.
Thailand look like they want to win this one in 90. Charlie Shaq. Pitch upon Shijayi. Nowhere really to go. Bennett works well. Mustafak. Carol Amri's the target. Still Carol Amri. Nuyat did well. Shaoli Shaq crosses ball, Pitchibong. Mustafak, Shaoli Shaq. Called offside. Remember very early on, Shaoli Shaq had a goal disallowed for offside. You analysed it at half time, Paul?
He's not offside. He's not offside there.
Offside again.
Again, poor decision making from the officials when the ball is kicked. Not when he's going to go and receive it. That's twice Singapore have been let down by the officials.
Ridwan has got himself a free kick at the ball. He does put his body on the line.
He's gone to ground once or twice too easily for me. Just looking at the foul count, there's 32 fouls in the game. But again, after that spell that Singapore have endured, being dominated by the Thais, has it just swung back again the other way? Because there's been an opportunity, 1 or 2 of them for Singapore as well now in the last minute or two. It's a question now from both coaches is, do we go for it? Or do we just see it through to extra time?
What would you do?
I'll go for it. No airs or graces about me, Des, you should know that. If you've got the option, you've got to. You've got to at least have a go. And I think that's why Singapore are coming back into this, and then that's why the Thais are saying, hang on a minute, we're at home, we've got to force the issue, and they're having a go. So I do think genuinely that both sides are having a go for it.
Party atmosphere. That was a rather lukewarm wave. Singapore though have an opening.
Snip at 10 yards.
Awesome Shijayi, it's an important header. Breaks to Karen Henry and precious on the far side, offside.
It's never 10 yards, the wall. See the defensive clearance there, Jetsada with it, yep. Pressure's just straight into an offside position. Doing what all good defenders do. You get forwards there, you expect it doesn't come, and you don't drop back till you're onside, you get caught offside.
Sports Centre will be picking the bones out of this one on Monday, 7:30 and 10 on ESPN. Back to Corn. Sutty. Dangerous to let him get onto his left foot, and he was closed down. And no width with Sutty. Sucked over to the right hand side, no width on this left hand side.
It's a little bit better shape there from Singapore, making sure that they were tight. I think that knock there,
Atapon, yeah,
Atapon could really be struggling. Was Ridwan's knee that connected with him. He was just trying to jump out of the way because Ridwan won the foul. So no malice or intent there. Look at them, they're crammed into the aisles as well.
30,000 plus.
Yeah. You can only imagine what the actual figure is. But I've seen that stadium with 30,000 in it, and I've seen it with more, and there's more in there now.
And those great scenes in the park outside as well.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It's almost like the nation has stood still to watch this game of football.
Now that could be the end of Atapon Suwon, 22-year-old. Physio's working overtime at the moment. That's the same clash, I think, yeah? Knee to knee.
Well, it was knee to sort of hip, I think, Des. That was what it was, and he's down there with his hip injury, and Ridwan with his knee. A little bit of an experience then from two players. Normat Rahman just pumping it long, and I think Singapore had every right to keep the ball. It wasn't kicked out, it was in the corner. Nathapong just kicking it back out and saying, go on, have another go then. To be fair, the game's been played in a good spirit. It's been hard and physical, but it has simmered, and it's just been borderline. But at least there's been no major incidents, as in challenge-wise, which is important, I think.
13 minutes to go. Shijayi, he's done well. Claims the foul, and I think he's got every right.
I think he's got the free kick as well. The linesman was waving his flag there. There you go, that hole of his shirt. See, the flag goes up straight away, so it is a free kick. He can deliver a ball as well, Shijayi.
The header, second chance, could break to Precious, doesn't. Third shot coming in from Xiao Lishak. Bennett helps it back in. And with the man on the floor, the referee has decided that there's a genuine injury, and I think it is, because that was a 50-50 challenge in there.
I think Norlam Shah's very upset there. He felt he was pushed. Having a word with the referee there. See, he's up on his feet pretty quickly. It's a great ball in, great delivery, but look, it's a free header. An absolute free header. That's a gimme. Kyle Amory missed that header at the end of the game in the first leg. There's the challenge. He's had to slide in and put his body on the line there. Precious has gotten a welly hit. It doesn't matter. Anything that drops in there, you've just got to try and smash it. He's up on his feet. There's Jack Ritt there.
Jack Ritt's on for Hapsworth.
That's interesting.
Like for like. Jack Ritt, 24-year-old midfielder. Hapsworth, very much the ball winner of the midfield for Thailand, so they will miss him. Precious wins the header. No shot. Works ever so hard. 3 players bounce off him. Lapticone, of course, has little say.
The way he controlled that though, with the first touch up in the air, the second one down on the floor. Big strong lad, Norlam Sharp.
Now he's one I know you think can play at a higher level in
100%,
Europe.
100%, no doubts. Oh, that's wasted. Well done though from Kitisak. Had to be big and strong, but it was just floated in there and rather too easy for him.
Sutty, Pipat, always support. So Chow trying to get onto his left foot, rather through the middle, but Sutty can glide it, and good hands from Lionel Lewis. For a second it looked like it was over him.
It did look as though it was just a little floaty one, didn't it, that was going to try and cause all sorts of problems. But again, this is where Singapore, I think they did well to an extent the first half, apart from the goal, crowding out the middle, forcing Thailand wide. The shot! Oh!
Kyle Amri, the substitute, has made up for it. And from nothing, Singapore are level on the night, but ahead on aggregate.
Absolutely unbelievable. Kyle Amri guilty in the 94th minute, crying his eyes out in that first leg and missing that header from 5 yards out. Picks it up, and it's the Thais who back off now. They don't close him down, and they say, go on lad, shoot, shoot. What does he do? Bang! Pulls the trigger. What a finish.
Kyle Amri sends 94 Singaporeans delirious. Now, Thailand, will they regret missing those chances? We are going to have one heck of a last 8 minutes plus.
This is where experience is needed, 100%. They closed the game out against Indonesia with about the same time. Can they do it here? This is the big ask now though. It's gone a little bit quiet there in the stadium, that much is for sure, but look at the time and the space is allowed. Look at him, you'd have thought he'd just got clipped there from Datsakorn. Gets it out of his feet. Look at the keeper's positioning. It's awful, you do have to say that, but I tell you something, that ball has absolutely flown into the back of the net.
Well, Alam Shah was diving into that challenge. Shaulvi Shaka is whipped down in a nasty manner by Pitchipong. Yo, that was nasty and deserves the yellow card.
This is where it could get nasty now, purely and simply because Thailand know that they have wasted the opportunities. They've had some great chances to win this game, but that is very, very poor. The referee is vital now for both sides that this one doesn't boil over. We said that there's something been simmering below the surface. It could rear now.
Bennett hoists it for Ridwan, whose touch is good. Mustafik. The target was Carol Amri. Keeper decides to punch. Falls to Datsakorn and Surrey. It's all a bit narrow now. Matt Noraman will just Make sure he takes 5, 10, 15 seconds to take this throw in.
He can't take any longer, otherwise he'll get another yellow card, so he'll know when it's right to hurry up.
Kyril Amrick. Scored in the first leg of the final against Indonesia 2 years ago.
I've been keeping an eye on this boy for the past 2 years. I tell you something, he's a real talent. A lot of pace, good ability, fantastic prospect. Could it be Singapore's new pin-up boy? Indra's out in this game, we know that much. He's very much the focal point for Singapore. But I'll tell you what, Singapore has a new star today if they go on and win this competition.
Xiao Lishan is penalised, and he probably feels he didn't follow through at all there. But Datsukon goes down, because Datsukon knows that he can cause problems from this kind of situation. Singapore have one hand on the trophy. Thailand. Shot straight into the wall. Datsukon. Atapong. Pitchapong. Daniel Lewis and Dan Bennett miscommunicate. It's cleared though. Bennett makes sure second time. And there's just one red shirt for Alam Shah. From first minute till 85th minute has chased them and harried them. Jetsada. Japrit. Datsukon. Blue shirts back behind the ball.
I think all the substitutes will be behind the ball as well, not just the 11 on the park.
Kyril Amrick. Wins the foul, Datsukon.
Oh, no. Don't be naughty, come on. A little bit lucky there when you gestate to put your head into somebody else's head. He is pulled back. We've seen softer fouls than that today. Datsukon there. Does he make contact? He has a little go. Very, very lucky boy to still be on the pitch.
Already on a yellow card.
That's what I'm saying. That's why Ruddy's going mad. Not happy with that decision at all. Sorry, Des, when you lay a hand or a finger or a headbutt on another player, you have to be shown a straight red.
Well, it was Datsukon's moment of brilliance that set up Pipat for the goal in the first half. That looked to at least have taken us to extra time. Sensational strike from Pipat. But now, just 6 minutes ago, Kyril Amrick picking up possession has fired home a tremendous equaliser for Singapore, and the defending champions are inching their way towards another title.
I don't understand why they take that free kick and whip it into the box when they've only got 2 blue shirts. Why not just play it into the corner and keep possession? That could be dangerous because a quick counter-attack from Thailand.
Jabong, Bennett's in there. Japrit fires it in, Bennett gets a touch. The shot is a snapshot from Pitchbong.
Experience, take your time, slow it down. That's what Singapore will do. And this is why the Thais now are getting a little bit agitated. They've had some unbelievable opportunities and chances to finish this game. Not more so than Sichao had 2 chances in what? The space of 2 minutes, which could have totally killed the game.
Subramani in what could be his last international appearance for Singapore. Comes on for Mohamed Ridwan.
And make no mistake, this is a defender for a midfield player. So total intentions there. I think an extra body at the back, an extra midfielder dropping in, and possibly half a forwards up front. That's how they're going to go with this one now.
Yellow card for time wasting. Think he'll take that?
I don't think he'll be bothered. No. again, look, it's just eating into the clock a little bit more now, and they're now into 89 minutes. The ball went out in 86, so it's taken 2 minutes for them to get this far.
And another little delay coming up as Kwanchai moves up forward. It's the last hurrah for Thailand. Daptakon inside Charlie Shaksun. Surrey, lovely little give and go. No handball. Charlie Shak into Noor Alam Shah, who heads for the corner.
You're right as well.
And then no foul.
That's okay, the Thais have still got to come forwards, which will mean that Singapore will funnel back. Thailand still need to be patient. I'm sure there'll be 4 or 5 minutes of stoppage time in this game. They believe, they've got to keep believing that they can do it.
So it's Kwanchai.
Pichipong, the man to make way, midfielder for a striker as well, so intentions being shown all over the pitch here now.
You may as well move one goal up to the halfway line, yeah?
Well, that would have gone in if they'd have done that. But I know what you mean, Des, yeah. There's going to be a lot of play in the Singapore half, shall we say. Like all of the injury time.
Jet Sada. Well, against Indonesia, Singapore second favourites. Going into this match against Thailand, Singapore second favourites. The cross is blocked. But Singapore are now 3.5 minutes away from back-to-back ASEAN titles. Foul by Carol Lamrick. It'll give Thailand a chance to launch the ball in. Surely that's what they'll do. Kwanchai smuggles it out to the right-hand side. The ball is in and it breaks for Lionel Lewis. 3 red shirts converging. Surrey now playing as an auxiliary striker.
How good's this defending though? Again, we talked about people just getting their bodies in there, and Precious, he took 2 men out, just took their eye off the ball with a run in there.
And it's gone very quiet at the Super Chalasai. We've had periods of extreme noise, and Daptakon concedes the free kick.
I didn't think Raddy would kick it back there as the ball rolled towards him. Daptakon wanting to get a move on. A little bit overzealous there, Daptakon. Well, there must be something going on the side here. Someone's going to get sent off or booked. Is it going to be one of the subs? Who is it? Indra gets a yellow card. Never had a yellow card in his life when he's playing. He must have kicked the ball away. That's the only explanation I can think there. And another man that plays with a lot of passion. That's a corner.
But the clock is ticking down.
Again, we said this earlier, Des, the way they shut the game out against Indonesia was similar to this. Very similar to this. Singapore made it extremely ugly for the last 10 minutes, and that's all they've had to do here is to try and shut this game out, is to be niggly, is to take that extra second, which is to walk up to the ball. Not seen them do it before. Not the way that they closed the game out against Indonesia, and if they could do it here, then it proves to me how much this Singapore side has learned over the past couple of seasons and how much experience the players have gained. It's all right going and getting yourself into a winning position like this at the tournament, but to see it out and to actually go on and win the game through shutting it down, that's a different kettle of fish.
Suchau, knock in the back. The referee allows the free kick to be taken 10 yards from where it was. Kwanchai, challenged by Subramani, and Singapore get the throw in.
Don't rush. There's the experience we talk about. What is it, over 110 caps for his country? An amazing achievement in itself. Could it be his last swan song?
That could be A corner kick for Singapore. And they've run
Game
in
over.
lockdown.
Game over now. You just keep it in the corner. That's it. There you go, look, I told you, just keep it there, try and work it. That whistle will blow any second now.
No, Rahman, rather waste that. That goes into the penalty area. The foul not given away. And Singapore win it back, and Singapore have got a result here in the Super Chalasai Stadium. They've got a 1-1 draw, enough to give them a 3-2 aggregate win. These are the goals. Datukon setting a Pipat on 37 minutes. And from then on you thought Thailand would go away and win this, but Kyril Amri had a completely different story to write. And that equaliser 9 minutes from time. Paul Macefield, your thoughts?
Absolutely unbelievable. I said that if they set their stall out right the first 5 minutes, Singapore would not lose this game and that they would go on and take the tie. That's exactly what they did. They played it thoroughly professionally. They've had a wobble, and I tell you what, they've ridden their luck on a few occasions there. Suchau, the man guilty of missing, 4 or 5 opportunities, particularly 2 unbelievable opportunities. But I tell you what, fair play to Singapore. They've stood up, they've been counted, they've silenced the crowd. Well done, Singapore.
Well, we are going to stay with this for the trophy presentation. What I'd like to do is hand you back to the studio where Shelby Singh is alongside Jen in our Singapore studios.
Thank you, Des and Paul. Yes, Singapore are the champions of the ASEAN Football Championship. Champions in 1998, champions in 2004, this time in 2007. 3 victories. Well done, Singapore.